by the way.
No, it's shit.
Oh, apparently my internet connection is unstable.
What are you saying? That's my mic.
Right, there we go. We're up. Right, well, I wouldn't call 125 up and 123 download as an unstable internet, but there we go. Whatever. Go away.
Is it mine?
No, it's fine. It came up unstable internet on mine, but it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. We're fine. Cool. How are you?
It's mine. Mine's only 11 download. 12.
It's fine. It's working. It's not a problem. It's absolutely fine. Or have you frozen? I think you've now frozen. Now I've said that. Oh, hello, robot.
Oh, hello. You've gone frozen. There we go.
Okay, right. Everything seems okay now.
You're better. Yeah, you're back. I've just shut everything down, so.
Cool. No, my speed's still fine. Cool. Right. We seem to be working.
There we go. We're not live, are we yet? Or are we?
Yeah, we are.
Hello.
I just started it. And I said, by the way, I've started the live stream.
Oh, yeah. Hello, world. I didn't realize we were live.
Yeah, that's fine. Sorry, I probably should have told you. Oh, that looks nice. What's that?
Iced latte.
Nice. It beats my jug of water.
Yeah, with my yellow straw that I've stolen from the kids.
I've got a stein of water.
Do you know what? I was really excited to wear my McLaren hoodie and stuff and t-shirt. Could I find my t-shirt anywhere? No. Can I wear a hoodie in this heat? No.
No. It's not that hot here, so to be fair.
I mean, I don't know what it is outside, but it is warm. And this house is about 1,000 degrees.
What was our last podcast? Is it just literally Australia? Is that the last one we did?
Probably.
I think it might have been. Let's have a quick look what our last show was.
In a while. We haven't done nothing in a while.
We suck so much. We really suck. Yes, Australia was the last podcast we did.
Wow.
Oh, we started the season with such high hopes.
As always.
Yeah. Hi, Owain.
And then, is Owain in the chat? I haven't even
He is, yeah.
Yet.
He's obviously got nothing better to do at work.
Does he work?
I don't know.
I thought he was just like a college dropout or something.
Yeah, isn't he a student?
Yeah. But he claims it's work as well. He confuses me.
Don't know. Right, just open the spreadsheet. All hail the spreadsheet. There we go. Amazing. Not that there's really much to talk about. We can have a look at the our predictions and how they're faring. That's quite fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll keep them open.
Hang on,
there's things on there that we need to actually fact check because there's things like first red flag. I have no idea what the first red flag was. So yeah. Anyway, should we start the podcast? Should we just see what happens?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, right. Let's record. That would be good.
Max Verstappen has taken the checkered flag to win. That was absolutely brilliant. No, Sergio Perez is giving it everything. Oh no, Max, that was so not right. Goes Leclerc, through goes Hamilton. Unbelievable stuff. And into each other goes Valtteri Bottas and Sergio Perez.
Bottas took out both level five.
And at the back, that's George Russell out of this race. Daniel Ricciardo makes contact there with Kevin Magnussen, and there's a second contact.
Is it the second race of the season already?
Yeah, it's only the second race.
Yeah. So what have we got coming up? So it's the start of the season. Lando Norris is leading the world championship. Yeah,
I just
no, that
want
is
to
well.
do an important announcement at the moment, though.
Go
I have been marked safe from Alpine's disaster zone.
on.
I
Good.
think it's important that we all mark ourselves safe from the Alpine disaster zone.
So,
Anyway,
are you saying that Jack Doohan should mark himself? Oh, wait, no.
no, he hasn't. He's not marked safe yet because he hasn't left officially,
No, he's not left, but
or been fired,
he still
or
lost his
been
Formula One
replaced.
drive,
Has
which
he
is as good as.
officially? Has he officially?
It's been announced that Colapinto's in for 5 races,
Has it? Is it?
and the
Is that
next
definitely?
5, and the next 5, and the next 5. As who was it on the Grid Talk Slack chat? Said I can't remember now.
Oh,
May have
wait.
been away. May have been away. Yeah, no, it's been announced that they are going to rotate the seat as is their right, apparently.
Well, it is their right in the same way Red Bull's right is to fuck anyone in there who fucks up.
Yeah.
But
The difference is Red Bull have got pedigree as a championship winning team. Alpine are a dumpster fire.
I mean, I mean, where are Alpine at the moment in the Drivers' Championship? The fact that
God.
they're below Williams is also.
Let me check the spreadsheet. Well, yeah, they're 7. No, where are they? They're 9th. 1 point ahead of Kick Sauber.
The 9th. Who are they below? Who's below?
Sauber.
Wow. So Haas. I mean, Ocon's like, fuck yeah, let's get out of here.
Racing Bulls, Haas, Aston Martin having an awful season. So let's put this into context. Lance Stroll has scored twice the points Alpine have.
Sorry, hasn't he scored twice as many points as Alonso as well, though?
Alonso scored no points.
That's what I'm saying. So he's scored twice as many points.
Well, no, he scored. I mean, he scored infinitum more points than Alonso because Alonso has none. If Alonso scored 1 point, he would have scored 14 times the points that
And
Alonso
yet we
scored.
all bash on Stroll. And
Yeah,
here
I mean,
he is. Here he
he's-
is with more points than the.
He's had his
multi-world
least
champion.
offensive start to a season, but he's in a terrible car and he's performing equally
Better.
as terrible,
Yeah.
just not as terrible as normal for Lance Stroll. So yeah, it's fun watching this horrendous.
Is it, or is it just sad? And
Yeah. However, I didn't realize that after 6 races, Lewis Hamilton will be leading the world championship.
how have you worked that one out?
Well, the sprint championship.
Oh, yes.
There's been 2 sprint races and he's come 1st and 3rd, which puts him on 14 points, joint with Oscar Piastri. But Oscar hasn't won a race, so therefore Lewis Hamilton leads the championship.
Wow. The sprint championship.
Little wins. But it's great considering that in the last 5 years, Lewis Hamilton's sprint performances have been pretty terrible. He's never, I don't think he'd ever won a sprint race, maybe won one sprint race before.
But his performances generally have been better, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay, this year has been pretty terrible. But he leads the sprint championship.
Like,
It's me
pretty
clutching at
terrible.
straws.
It's been fucking terrible. Like,
It has been pretty bad.
I mean, God, like, he's definitely missing Bono for starters.
Yeah.
That's evident. And not to sound slightly racist, but maybe it's because they've given him an Italian.
I wonder where you're going with that. So I'm glad you went with the Italian side of things. No, I think, I mean, he's the normal race engineer. They talk in English with their communications anyway. So
I know, but I think things are getting lost in translation. And I think he's not getting the information that he wants or needs.
It was the same problem with Carlos Sainz, though. So whether it's a lost in translation issue or whether it's a performance of that particular...
Sorry, well, is this the same engineer that was with Carlos Sainz?
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah. See the thing there?
Yeah.
It's the same. It's the same
and
person.
how many times was Sainz calling for strategy during the races? I'm pretty sure it's the same one. I have to admit, I don't know the name.
Get back to you. Let us get back to you. I'm just
We are checking.
We're checking.
Yeah.
I'll get back.
No, I agree. I agree.
It's just painful. It really is.
Yeah, it would have been ideal if Bono had come along with him, but I don't think that was ever going to happen.
Why not? Why would that never happen? I presume
he doesn't want to move to Italy. He's not getting paid Lewis Hamilton money to move to Italy.
He's still getting a fair wage.
I mean, yes,
he's got to be on £1 million a year.
I'm not so sure.
No, I was looking up.
I don't know.
There was a thing about how much race engineers were on, and the race engineers on £1 million a year.
Oh, okay.
For the top teams.
Yeah.
And he would be one of the top teams.
I imagine
Like,
Bono
he's
would
not
be on
poor.
the top tier of those as well.
Oh yeah, like with his previous track record
Yeah.
and the fact that he's jumped over to I'm gonna end up naked, aren't I?
Looks like it, yeah.
Fuck's sakes. The fact that he's jumped over to Kimmy, and there hasn't been an issue there.
I mean, to be fair, so if he finishes, he needs to finish 7th or above on the predictions, doesn't he? So realistically, he's only 7 points ahead of Lewis Hamilton
Who's
to drop into that 7th place, and Hamilton will get better. I mean, Antonelli will get better. So behind that, it's then Alex Albon, Esteban Ocon, Lance Stroll, because you've got the whole
basically
Sonoda
I've got to
Lawson
cheer
thing.
on Hamilton, is what you're saying.
Well, no, not necessarily. You need someone else as well as Hamilton to pass him, I think, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he needs to be 8th. So
he's got to be 8th and above, hasn't he?
7th and above is when I win.
Okay. Yeah.
8th and below, you win. So the bet is that Antonelli will finish 7th or above, and if he doesn't, I have to do a podcast naked. If he finishes 8th or below, then Carl has to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So really, I need
the other way around.
Yeah, I really
if he does
need
finish
Hamilton and Albon.
Yeah. So you need to be full on Williams hype train for the rest of the year, which I think you're fine with.
Which I am. You know, I'm fine with that. I'd rather be a Williams. I was saying this to Laura, like, had I come back into the sport, had I come back into the sport now, I would probably be a Williams fan rather than a McLaren fanboy.
Yeah, because McLaren were dog shit. Yeah, McLaren were dog shit when you started watching F1, weren't they?
And you know, I quite liked, you know, there's a slight glory hunt, but there's a slight liking the underdog, but a promising underdog. And McLaren were a promising underdog compared to Williams, who were just dog shit. And now Williams are a promising underdog. I'm just like, yeah, I'd quite happily be a Williams fan now.
I started properly. I mean, when I started watching F1, I was a Williams fan. Mm-hmm. Like, honestly, that was the first team I supported. It was Nigel Mansell. Was what it was all about. And I kind of switched to McLaren because I wanted the underdog. And that was around, when was that? Would have been 1995, I think. So when they were terrible. So it was kind of an underdog story. Yeah. There were still the Marlboro McLaren colours. Senna obviously was long gone from the team.
Do you know what? It was quite funny. It was the woman who was on the Constructors Champion, the Constructors Post, the marketing lady, who was instrumental in turning the McLarens into papaya. I was like, you fucking bitch. Like, is that your greatest thing? Is you turned everyone fucking orange? And now, and it's just like
it made sense as a brand.
I will never wear a Mclaren top because
as a brand
stand that orange.
Yeah, I know, but you can get other stuff that isn't.
I know, and I do. As I said before we came on, I've got two white McLaren. I've got Lando Norris and a McLaren white top, white hoodie, and I've got a McLaren white T-shirt. But I'm just like, I can't be having papaya. I think I'd look ridiculous in it. Like, that's partly why I might go back to being a Williams fan, because at least their outfit looks cool. Although actually someone did say, so like, you know, these like people put out shite. What if Ralph Lauren and Polo did the Cadillac as an American brand? Yeah. And I was like, oh, that would be that's going to be sexy. I think the Cadillac could be quite sexy. If they
it could be, but it probably won't be.
Do you reckon it's going to be dog shit American, like garish?
It'll probably be corporate. American. It'll be because it's Cadillac. It'll probably
what is the Cadillac corporate colours?
Red, I think, red and blue. I want to say, which kind of works with Ralph Lauren.
Yeah,
I reckon it'll be kind of red and blue and black, that kind of, and it'll just be a bit dirge.
Yeah,
but yeah.
But it really depends on who their sponsors are.
Yeah.
Do we know who their main sponsors are?
Not yet. I don't think anyone knows yet. So we've covered doing. How do we think
Red, yellow,
Colapinto's-
and blue and silver.
Yeah. How do we think Colapinto's going to get on in Alpine then?
He's not going to be as good as Kimi anyway.
Thanks, George.
Yeah, I just read that. I was like, yeah.
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 Afternoon.
Tom's
Afternoon
red,
to you
and
too.
sorry, George has just put up that Tom's a postie because he's lobster red.
British
well,
tan.
I am-
There we go.
I'm sort of yellow.
Yeah.
Yellow.
I got the old t-shirt.
I'm a
tan.
Simpsons character. I'm a Simpsons character.
Just giving you all a preview to when Antonelli finishes in the bottom 8, and you see what I'm going to look like naked on the podcast.
Oh, I don't know who's going to have that. I think it will be tight at the moment. Anyway, what was I saying?
Colapinto. I said, how do we think Colapinto's going to do?
Colapinto, what? He's going to be a pile of dog shit. Is it like, and it's not his fault because he's in a dog shit car. Like,
The car's decent, but they just yeah, it's actually a decent car. Like, I genuinely thought they were going to be pushing top 5.
Sorry, Gasly in 12th at the moment. Same as Carlos Sainz.
Yeah, no, but you look at the pace performance they've had. Gasly qualified 4th in one race, didn't he? I think, or was it for a sprint? Maybe. Have a look. I'll just consult the spreadsheet. I'm sure there's one race where he qualified right up there, really high. He's 7th in Bahrain. Saudi? No. I'm sure there's one race where he's really high. Well, the 7th in Bahrain is still pretty good.
Yeah. I do feel sorry for him. Like, he's probably, who actually wants to be in that seat? Why would you? I just feel like you're going to be fucked. Who actually runs Alpine? Does anyone actually know anymore?
Well, Briatore's taken over the responsibility for now. So whether
yeah, but he doesn't actually run the team, does he?
He's an executive advisor at the moment.
What the fuck?
But basically it means that he just.
But who actually owns Alpine? Like, in the sense of,
well, it's the Renault Group.
Yeah, but in the sense of, I'm trying to think of teams like Zach Brown's the CEO. Who's the CEO of Alpine?
Oh God, I've lost track now. It was like there's been so many people. I can't remember who it is now, to be honest. It's
like, who is that person? Who is?
Well,
the
they had
CEO
like
of Alpine?
Was it Rossi at one point, and then it was it Marcin Bukowski at one point? And to be honest, I gave up with Alpine because it was just so many issues. Was it no? Not Lauren, mate.
Yeah, it's
somebody
Rossi.
else. No, Rossi's gone. Rossi's gone. Rossi went last year.
Oh, he's the former chief.
Yeah. I can't remember now.
Is it now officially?
You're gonna Google the structure.
I can't find. Yeah, I actually cannot find anyone who is the CEO. Who's in charge? That's the problem.
By the way, I realized I was looking at race results, not qualifying. Pierre Gasly qualified 5th in Bahrain, and he qualified 9th in Saudi Arabia.
Philippe Creeth.
So yeah, he's had some good performances. Where was he?
Who is he? He's a business executive.
Okay, good to know.
Oh, he's part of he's overall Alpine as opposed to
Yeah, so Briatore has taken over from Oaks. But to be honest, I always thought Oaks was a puppet hire anyway. As soon as they announced him, it's just like, that's he's there to do the bidding of Briatore because they signed at roughly the same time. So Wikipedia's
already updated with Doohan as a test driver.
Which means I've got to change my spreadsheet again.
So we're 6 races in and we've already had 21 drivers. Doing well.
Yeah. 22 now with
well, who's 22?
Oh no, it's 21.
No,
it's 21.
They
Sorry,
swapped.
no, that was a swap. Yeah.
They did a swap.
I beg your pardon. Yes, no, you are correct. Cool.
Yeah.
So how are we doing with our predictions so far?
Go on.
Right. So we had 6 races in. So what's that? A quarter of the season. Quarter of the season already. So at the quarter of the season points, you and we both had Ferrari to win the Constructors' Championship.
What?
Yeah, we both had Ferrari. We both bought into the hype. We had McLaren as second, both of us.
I mean, that's nearer the better, but yeah.
You had Mercedes third, So you're
I'm
sitting
not
pretty.
doing too bad.
You're
I'm
sitting
not
pretty
doing
on
too
that.
bad, yeah.
I had Red Bull third.
Yeah, you're
It needs
having trouble.
Sonoda to pull his finger out if that's going to happen.
I don't think it's Sonoda. I really don't. I don't think it's his fault.
But yeah, it just need. I mean, that car is decent.
Yeah.
It is good in Max Verstappen's hands.
Yeah.
I had Mercedes fourth. You have, obviously you swapped
Yeah.
round, so you had Red Bull fourth.
Yeah.
This is where I think you step ahead of me. You got Williams fifth. I had confidence.
I was just hoping.
Yeah.
With signs in there and actually.
I just think that they are going to just be like, no, that's it now. It's all 26. And I just think Alpine will see this as an opportunity to push on and try and gain some funding.
I don't think they are going to sit back. They're too high to do that at the moment, and they need the money.
So I have Alpine fifth. And then you had Alpine sixth. I had Williams sixth. Yeah. So we've swapped round on that one. Round. That was the one I was like, do you know what? Maybe it should be Williams, but I'm going to go opposite you.
You're just blaming me for your failures there.
Yeah, I have Aston 7. You have Haas 7. So again, you're looking good there. Racing Bulls 8 for you and me.
Yeah.
I have Haas for 9th. You have Aston for 9th. So you're looking good. And we both had Sauber 10th. So we're looking all right, actually. I don't think that's too bad. Yeah, and the bet Antonelli finished 7th or higher in the championship. If not, Thomas would make it. Yeah, that's fine. Right. The other ones. Champion. Do you remember who you asked? Who you said?
No, not a clue. I can tell you what I did yesterday, let alone.
Well, we're both looking pretty stupid at the moment. I think I've got a slightly better chance. You said Leclerc. I said Norris.
Oh, yeah.
Constructors. Again, we both said Ferrari. First red flag. Did we remember? I don't remember the first red flag. But you said Japan, I said Australia. So have we had an in-race red flag?
We never had one in Australia.
No. So have we had an in-race red flag? I'm not sure we have. So if we haven't, then we've both failed on that one. Now, this one looks like genius from you, although I'm not accepting it. First DNF, you said Hadjar, but the formation lap, I'm not classing that as part of the race.
What?
Hadjar crashed on a formation lap in Australia, didn't he? And you had him down as the first retirement. Yeah. So I'm not accepting that because, I mean, it looked like genius. If that happened on the first lap of the race, I would have saluted you, but I'm not having that on the parade lap. And I had Antonelli, who is yet to retire, so I've definitely lost on that one.
Yeah.
First botch pit stop. Have we had a first botch pit stop? Yeah, we definitely have, haven't we?
Not over. Well, sorry. Do we classify a botch pit stop of the fact that Max drove into what's his jobs?
I definitely would say that
first one.
If that's the first one, then you've hit the nail on the head because you said Red Bull.
It's got to be.
If it is the first one, then you've hit the nail on the head. I feel like we've had some more since then. Maybe lower down.
We're not talking about red flags in free practices, are we?
No.
Okay.
No, in race red flag.
So
I don't think we've had one.
The first red flag during qualifying season 2022 came in Q2. Esteban Ocon crashed out in Q3 in the opening turn, in the opening minutes of Q2 at Bahrain.
Yeah, but no, it's in race. It's got to be in race red flag.
In Q3, Miami sprint. Are we counting that because of the rain?
Oh, but there wasn't a red flag though.
Yeah, it was. It was officially red flagged. The race was red flagged.
But it never started, did it?
Yes. Right. So that's the whole debate, and I still don't know what the answer is. And so officially, the race was red flagged because it had to be red flagged because they went into the pits. If it was not red flagged, then they would have gone back to the formation. But because they'd done 2 formation laps before it was red flagged, I forgot about that. Officially started the race.
Yes, no, you are right. Lap. No, yeah, that counts then. That counts. That's fine. So either way, we both lose.
We both lose, but
to be honest, I watched the Miami sprint on a massive delay and I skipped that whole start process. So I forgot that was a red flag.
It officially started because they had done 2 laps. They had done a lap
Yeah.
in race conditions, even though it was behind a safety car, and they never had a start.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Because if the race starts behind the safety car, then the race has started.
Yeah.
So if the race had started behind the safety car and Hadjar put it in the wall, then I'd said, yep, first
Yeah.
retirement because the race had started.
Yeah.
But no, that's not the case. Right. So I think then on the old,
I think Alpine, it depends on what we're calling a fucked up pit stop, but that was the one that caused the most damage and fuckery. I mean, there've been
it's
ones
certainly
where
the
they've
worst
just had a
one so
few
far.
seconds. They've definitely had a few seconds where different teams have had tire issues.
That one's going to go
there.
to the judges, I think. We'll have to look at that one later in the season. We'll have a proper look. First teammate collision.
Do you know what? My whole house smells of shit at the moment.
Okay,
this is the problem living in the fucking countryside, is that the fucking fields, some fucker has started spraying shit around the fucking fields.
Oh, I love this. Love the smell of silage.
Fucking reeks. And it's too hot not to open the fucking doors. So I either stink the house out or anyway. I'm fucked either. Jeez, I can't actually breathe.
Anyway, so we've got first teammate collision. Have we had a teammate collision yet?
Yes.
What did we have?
We had Williams. Or is it Williams? Sainz went into Albon the last race.
Yes. But we haven't had Behrman and Ocon, have we?
Ooh.
I don't think they've collided yet, because that was both of our prediction was that Haas would have the first teammate collision.
I don't know.
So while you're Googling that,
yeah.
First stewarding mess. Again, we both put Australia. I don't remember any drastic stewarding messes in Australia. There has been a few since, though, so I think we've both lost on that one as well.
What is the stewarding messes that we've had? I mean, the fact that Sainz got a penalty, the Albon got a penalty for going too slow behind the safety car.
Yeah, there was the whole late for the national anthem.
Sainz because of him being late.
Yeah,
he's having a shit fest.
Yeah, there's the swearing thing again. You could say the whole Max Verstappen, Lando Norris penalty thing, or was it Piastri? I can't remember now. But yeah, that whole thing was a bit of a stewarding mess. But either way, we're both wrong. I think Australia was.
You know what? Clean. I think that actually the stewards aren't annoying me as much this year so far.
No, I think they've done all right this year. To be fair.
At the moment, yes, they're being harsh, but at least they're being harsh across the board. And even that first corner arguments and everything else, at least it's across the board. They're consistent with their fuckery as opposed to just throwing up a fuckery.
Yeah, and actually that was the correct decision as well. That was a Saudi one, wasn't it? That was correct because that was Max and Piastri, wasn't it?
Yeah.
First spin and continue. We had quite a few of them in Australia.
Yeah.
I had Antonelli. No, you had Antonelli. I had Lawson. I think we're both wrong on that. I'm pretty sure there's a couple of spin and continues from people in Australia in the rain.
Yeah.
I don't think any of them were Lawson or Antonelli. So I think we both lost on that one. Who will win social media?
Weirdly, it's Bottas at the moment.
So technically Mercedes. So if that's the case, you said
I think
Mercedes.
that seems to be the best. They seem to be the best at it. Although weirdly, RB as well. Their stuff is always quite.
I quite like. Did you see on the pit wall? Zach Brown had a water bottle.
Tire water.
Tire water, yeah. That for me was brilliant.
I mean, that was that was low level trolling.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So if you're saying it's Bottas, then you're probably winning that one as well because you had some Mercedes. I said Williams. Yeah. First team special livery. You said
we've already had one. Well, Ferrari definitely.
We've had plenty. I think I've won this one because I said Red Bull because I thought they'd have a special livery for Japan, which they did.
But then so did Haas. Did anyone do it before them?
You said Alpine, but Alpine have done a pink livery, haven't they? I think that's gonna have to go to the judges. I feel like I've won because that's Japan, which is race 3, but it could potentially be you because Alpine have definitely had a something.
Not from Miami.
And then the last one was first fine for non-racing, aka swearing.
Has that actually been fined?
I don't think anyone's been fined yet.
Yeah.
For non-racing, I don't think anyone's been fined for non-racing stuff yet. Because you said Lando and I said penalty, but that wasn't. Oh, it's saying preparing live stream. Does that mean there's a problem with the live stream?
No, it's still there.
Okay. Yeah, it's saying preparing live stream. Yeah, it seems like it's working. That's weird. Okay. Excuse me. So yeah, that's where we are with our predictions.
I don't know if anyone else has had a livery. Yeah. It says that Miami. It was
Ferrari had their blue engine cover in Miami. Didn't?
Yeah, a lot of them are saying Miami.
RB had a red car.
Yeah,
they had a pink car in Miami.
That was before. That was Saudi.
No,
Saudi. They swapped colours, didn't they, or something?
Yeah.
There was one car that was one colour and one car that was another colour.
No, they're not allowed to do that. Both cars have to be the same.
No, sorry. When I say one car being one colour, it was
as in
Red Bull went white and
Red Bull went white for Japan.
RB went blue or something. It was something.
Red Bull went white for Japan, but then RB was still white, which made it really confusing because the cars looked identical. Yeah. Cool. So that's our predictions as we stand. How are we thinking? We've not talked about the McLarens. What are we thinking with regards to the whole Norris Piastri fight? Is this a fight for them for the season, or do you think the technical directive on the for Spain in race 9 is going to peg them back? What do you think?
I think it'd be interesting to see what happens in Spain because obviously Spain is going to change. There's new technical directives, but it's still McLaren. You know, there's something not going to become dog shit. I don't think. I think at the moment they're winning, and I'm just trying to think. I think they will. McLaren will definitely win the season.
I think the constructors, I'm not convinced about the drivers yet.
But then who else is there? And
Max, you can't rule Max out.
You can rule Max out because the technical directive is going to affect him just as badly.
I don't think it will. I think this is what Red Bull are banking on. If you're looking at the first 9 races of the season, so at the moment, Max is 32 points off the lead. So if you then add another 16 to that to get to race 9, that's going to put him. What's that? 46. So 46 points behind with 16 races to go or something. So 46 over 16, that's not a lot of races to close that back. And Max being Max, I just think that I feel that the
I think we can all decide it's not about the car anymore. Can we all just say that now?
So sorry, what's not?
It's not that Max is only winning because the car's great.
Oh, no. I mean, the car is great, but only in Max's hands. Like, you can't outperform a car. It's not physically possible. You can only get 100% of what the car can do. So what we have at the moment is McLaren with a slightly more drivable car and a faster car than the Red Bull. And their 2 incredibly talented drivers can drive that car to 95% and get the performance they need. Max is better at driving at 99% all the time than anyone else, which is why he can get closer to 100%.
So far behind them in Miami.
Yeah.
So far behind.
Yeah. So I think what we're going to see is their qualifying pace at the moment is still not really peak. McLaren.
Yeah.
Their benefit lies with their tyre usage over the course of a Grand Prix distance. And I don't think even with the technical directive change that is going to affect their tyre usage. So I think that you'll see their qualifying pace drop quite significantly, and they will probably be qualifying. They won't be getting a lot of poles. They won't be getting a lot of poles. I think it'll be Max getting more poles than anyone, and then he'll be defending from the McLarens for the rest of the season. So it's all going to be down to how quickly they can get ahead of him and if they can get ahead of him. So I think he will win quite a few races in the second half of the season. But I think I think George Russell will get in and win a couple of races. I think Antonelli will win a race. I think Ferrari may get there and they may win the odd race or two. So I think
there'll be some surprise winners as well, like there always is. Like a Williams could win a surprise win, or
it's possible. It's definitely possible because it is so close. Like apart from the McLarens, it is so close.
Yeah,
but the McLarens, they're not that like. If you look at 2023, they are not as far ahead of the field as Red Bull were in 2023. Yeah. They aren't. They just aren't. But they are the best car. Definitely at the moment, not by a lot, but
in 2023, you at least had two drivers that weren't they were picking up points.
What do you mean? Sorry.
In 2023,
that was where Max won every race, but Max and Checo won every race, but what?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Checo was picking up points, so
not that much.
Yeah, but still more.
That's where the whole narrative of Perez is no good started, because he was nowhere near Max. His last race was the race before Miami. I think it was.
How can McLaren be so far back then?
What do you mean?
I thought you said they haven't done as well as Red Bull.
With what?
2023 season in the constructors.
Yeah.
So McLaren now should be better than the 2023 Red Bull.
No, I think the 2023 Red Bull, compared to the rest of the field, is better than the 2025 McLaren is. And I'm going to try and use some numbers to stand up for this. So let's have a look at the 2023 driver standings after six. Oh, I can't look at them after 6 races. I can look at the results, I suppose.
That's going to take some time.
Anyway. Yeah, no, I'll have to have. I'll try and back up my my theory with numbers. Yeah. But I'll do that in the background whilst you talk about something if you want to fill.
I don't know. I think
get on your soapbox.
Yeah, I think McLaren is good. I think they will make it. I don't think Red Bull is ever going to come back up now. I mean, if this was any other team, if this was Alpine, fucking Horner would have been fired 2 races ago. Like,
yeah, he probably would have been actually.
Sorry, but how can Red Bull be 4th in the in the constructors championship? They're 4th, right? Are they 3rd or 4th, aren't they? And I don't know, like, how can he be 4th? They even be 4th in the championship when they're a winning team. And
Red Bull are 3rd. They're ahead of Ferrari.
Isn't it?
But they're 36 points off Mercedes.
Yeah.
But you look at Max's points, though. Max on 99 points.
Yeah. It's only Max that's saving them. And as soon as Max goes, I reckon Horner's going to go. I reckon it'll be a complete, sinking ship. Because Max is the only thing that's holding that Red Bull together.
Right. So looking at 2023, right? I've got the results up here. Now, I've not got the final finishing times, but I remember this being dominant as well. So you got Max Verstappen winning the first race, Checo Perez winning the second race, Max Verstappen winning the third race, Checo Perez winning the 4th race, and then that was it. And there was Max, and then we had Singapore. And then it was Max. Like, that is just insane level of dominance.
Yeah.
And it was like, it wasn't even close, a lot of them. There was,
But my thing is, I'm not even saying that it's Max, but my thought is the McLaren is as good in numbers, not in actual driving performance, as the Red Bull were back in 2023, because we have had Papaya on that top step every single time.
I don't know. Max won in Japan. But it's been a lot closer.
Okay, we've had them on the podium.
Yeah, it's been a lot closer though. You've had them apart from Miami and Australia because of conditions.
Yeah.
It was a few seconds. They would get into the lead and they would stay there, but there wasn't a lot in it. So excuse me. I genuinely think that it is close, but McLaren just have the edge.
Yeah.
But they don't have the edge in qualifying, because if they had, like, you look at the 2023 season and it was just Max on pole all the time because he was just dominant. But when you take the fuel out and it's the pace of the car over a single lap, that car is not getting pole every single time. It's not on the ragged edge the quickest car. It's just their race pace that's making them as strong as they are.
I didn't even realize Kick Sauber had a special livery.
Oh, did they? For when?
From Miami.
Oh, okay. I didn't even
see
them in the race. Did
anyone notice that?
I didn't see them in the race.
I was just Googling and I was like, sorry, what? When did they have it?
No, news to me.
When did they have it? I was looking at the liveries. I was like, what the fuck? Anyway, like, when did that happen? I think that I get your point and I agree. I understand. But then you're measuring apples and oranges. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's difficult to say.
Cars.
Let's look at the end of the season, because I don't think they'll be winning as many races as they are right now at the end of the season. So it's
but I don't think Mercedes is going to suddenly wake up, and I don't think Tsunoda's going to wake up, or whoever's in the seat at the end of the season, because Tsunoda gets fired. And I don't think the Mercedes are the only challenge, really. I think Mercedes have a strong chance of winning this.
I think
if they carry on as they are.
Not the constructors, I don't think. I think they're too far back already.
Well,
they're already 105 points behind.
Yeah, but we're only a quarter of the way through. And if McLaren's drop off like a cliff, which they might, and Red Bull is only surviving on Max, there is and Carla Pinto and Russell are getting 2 3s by doing fuck all. There is a mathematical chance it can happen.
Oh, it's mathematical, I guess it just will have to wait till after Spain. I think there's a mathematical
chance that.
I think Mercedes will be all in on 26 as well.
I hate that. I hate when people are looking to the future for no apparent reason. Like, what's the and we've done this before. You know, let's look at the next season. Yeah, but it doesn't really affect much.
But we should look at
the people that should be looking at next season is Aston Martin, and they are putting far too much pressure on the OAP to make them a decent car. And that's not going to happen. And you've got and they've got a number of other things. I think Alpine should be looking next year. Alonso, but not Alonso. Aston Martin, but the OAP needs to fuck. You're putting too much pressure on that OAP to actually make a car that Stroll can actually drive or Alonso wants to drive. Anyway, they can all fuck off. All these OAPs need to fuck off. There's full of them. Like the F1's this young sport, and it's just full of OAPs doddering around. Fuck off Helmet. Fuck off Flavio.
Yeah, no, I agree.
You know, there's a lot of dodgy old gits.
Yeah.
And so there's just gits.
Who do we think then? We've dotted on a lot. So who do we think for driver of the day? I said Albon for me.
Albon. Yeah. No, Albon.
Albon was mine. From because I just thought that he did a really, really strong race there, finishing 5th in a Williams. Had a really strong sprint as well. Obviously, I know he got a penalty, but not really his fault.
Yeah, these penalties are ridiculous. So yeah.
Dick of the day. Well, a dick of today is Flavio Briatore.
Yeah, but I'm not going to blame him for the today, absolutely. But dick of the day.
Ferrari engines. Losing both Behrman and Bottas.
Sorry, is this where we crashed into what's his chops? Yeah, this was sprint race weekend, wasn't it? Where Verstappen crashed into the lollipop man.
The Verstappen? Did I miss that?
Verstappen crashed into Antonelli in the pits.
Oh, and yes.
So the lollipop man, because that was just such a fucking dick move. He could see the fucking car coming down the alleyway.
Mm.
Why?
I think he saw the car, but didn't clock that it was a Mercedes that was about to pull in front of him. I think it was more that. But yeah, no, I agree. I mean,
That was
I
a
don't
dick
like
move. That was a dick move.
I don't like saying that the pit crew are dicks because they do a very good job and a very tough job.
No,
and,
but that was.
But
or the technical systems. And then just to go back on Dick of the Day, whoever is in charge of the graphics and the TV direction needs to be.
as always, I didn't like those camera angles at Miami. They annoyed me.
Like, but also, why the fuck are we like? Sorry, what was it? There was something like someone won, and it was just, or something happened. It was just like, oh yeah, let's look at a fucking tire waiting to go onto the wheel. It was just like, why are we looking literally for about 5 seconds of looking at this tire, this guy in the pits with a tire? I was like, there's stuff happening on track. Anything
as
can
long
happen.
as you don't get Castle Cam back at Baku, because I hate that.
We will get Castle Cam.
I hate it. I hate it. It's awful. I don't mind if you static camera from one to the other, fine. But the whole, whoa, let's move the camera. This look artsy. No, fuck off, dick. Right. Castle Cam will always get Dick of the Day for me.
Yeah.
Right. So I think on that, we should probably draw a line on today and we will get ready to.
What is the next race?
What is the next race? Well, so then. Imola. So next week. The next race that we're going to do a podcast on will probably be Abu Dhabi. But the next race for F1 is Imola. So let's look forward to that one then.
We'll keep you surprised as to when.
Yeah, we'll let you know. You never know.
We're surprised.
Yeah, we might just jump on and just like surprise you, and you'll be like, wow, they've podcasted 2 races in a row.
Shock.
We'll see.
That'd be a shock.
At the moment, I see no reason why I can't do that one. So
no, nor can I at the moment.
Wait and see.
Who the fuck knows?
Cool. All right. Well, thanks a lot, everyone.
See you later. Bye. Do you know what? It's like we have this thing in Ireland called Grandparents' Day. Is that what's happening in F1? They're all just bringing the dodgy old grandparents to work.
You have a Grandparents' Day? That's awesome.
In Ireland, like the schools all have Grandparents' Day where the grandparents go to school.
That's amazing.
I know, but that's what's happened in Formula One.
Yeah, no, I agree. I want to go to Grandfather's Day. I mean,
You're not a grandfather. You've got a while to wait, mate.